COVID has been the biggest blessing to all of humanity around the world, because it has cured cancer. Nobody's dying of cancer anymore. That's wonderful. Nobody's dying of any lung disease, no respiratory issues, no Alzheimer deaths, no deaths from gunshot wounds. So it's quite an amazing thing that COVID has done.
Right, Kim, the babies are not dying of SIDS, which is a big one.
I know, children are no longer dying of SIDS. So COVID actually seems to be a vaccine of some sort unto itself that actually cures all diseases except for its own. So it's very strange.
Even motorcycle accidents have been cured.
Yep, it is cured. Motorcycle accidents, all gang fighting has ceased. No one died of anything except for COVID in Portland or anywhere else, right?
It also, and the good news is we do know what the cure for COVID-19 is. It's protesting and shaming white people. So we know that's going to work for everybody too. So we can always.
So I was actually talking to a colonel this morning, and he told me that one of his family members is getting married today, so he's not going to be available, and so on and so forth. I said, okay, no worries. And he says, he goes, well, they're only allowing 25 people, and that means the whole family can't come. So we're all trying to broadcast this, over social media so people can see them get married. And I said, you just should have called it a Black Lives Matter event, because why? Bride loving whatever, right? So, then you could have gathered as many people as you wanted. This is a Black Lives Matter protest right here. So, in a way it kind of is. Let's see. To talk about the mandatory vaccine thing, about 10 to 15 days ago, Trump was blackmailed. And so my first call was to figure out why he hadn't fired the entire Secret Service, because they're supposed to be there to protect the president. And there are plenty of people out there that will protect the president of the United States. There are plenty of patriots in this country. You got the entire Q movement full of Navy SEALs, and so to try to force him to say what he was supposed to say, as Tank had said earlier this week in his SITREP report, he basically let you know that 7 minutes before he was due to walk out because Kaylee is her name, the press secretary had started setting it up, saying the militias are coming in, these people are coming in, to stop the fighting, and then Trump was going to start doing the announcing, and then there you go. So then he started talking about COVID and mandatory vaccines. Does that not sound strange to you? I mean, it's completely off topic of what Kaylee was talking about earlier in the day.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Even wear masks, so that's confusing to people, I think.
And they're not, I wish somebody arrested Kushner, whoever said that. Anyway, the point is that, in my personal opinion, one of two things needs to happen. And I told them this yesterday. I said, either you need to fire the entire Secret Service who's not working for you, or you need to get your own security in there, which under Article 3, you have the right to do. Okay. And they can put anybody in there they want. They do not have to be government appointed persons. So,
by the way, and we'll put it out there to the president and anybody who happens to be listening. If you give us the word and you do it the right way, we will have the most formidable force there ready to defend the president. I'll have 100 guys there literally in 24 hours. That will be the most well-trained, best people in the world. I guarantee you that. But I'm not doing it unless you do it the right way. I'm not doing it based on a glimpse of like militia. No, you're going to acknowledge us for who we are. But if you do, I'll gladly do it for you.
Yeah. Now, as for the fake Facebook page, little further digging into that, it is actually protected by the same server that David Reyes, child trafficking and child auction servers and child pornography servers are being protected by, a company called KPMG, a large company, also the same company that audits the Fed. And that website is actually tracing back to the NSA directly. Now, what Facebook had done recently, just so you know, and a lot of other, let's just say friendly to the NSA whatever you want to call them, social platforms. There you go. Social media platforms have all actually given their backdoor information and their private coding information to the NSA, which allows them direct access into the software and hardware itself. Because why? Because the NSA system is over here and the base platform is over here. The two don't communicate with each other anymore. And so that backdoor loop into the internet is no longer there. So they're over here now having to beg Facebook, probably pay Facebook for the backdoor to Facebook, so that they can actually spend all their time putting up a United News Channel fake page in cooperation with their child trafficking friends. So I'm glad they're having a good time. I hope they enjoy themselves. They can post anything they want on there. I will never be on Facebook. I hate Facebook. I think Facebook is the worst social media platform on the planet. I hope nobody ever gives them a dime, and they probably just need to go away. They're going to go away the way of MySpace at some point in the near future as we further develop our app, and that'll be some exciting things that we'll share with you once it's completed. Other than that, I think that's been my week so far.
Okay, well, that was excellent. Kind of mind-blowing. I'm very, very excited that you landed this transfer, and I really hope that these guys do the right thing.
Today, they finally cleared it today.
It's amazing.
Perfect. Yep.
Yes, today.
I've spent many days hoping today was the day that we cleared a transfer like that. So Wayne Fisher should be very happy. He literally texts me every single day. He says, today's the day. So Wayne, I know you're right again today. You finally got it, man. So that being said, we do have questions. So Lane, are you prepared to read off those questions?
The Fed had spent, after those transfers, or they couldn't locate the system on the 21st, they began shredding. Like, I was like, what are they shredding? They're shredding documents. I'm like, don't they realize that most of these documents are also on the computer? But they kept deleting it off the computer, and then it wouldn't delete. It would pop right back in. So after days of this, and it's continued on until Thursday. They've decided that they're going to send them to the National Payment Center in Atlanta, Georgia for scrubbing. And we'll see how they come back.
I feel like the deep state's world right now is like an 80s montage, like everything's going in fast forward, you're shredding papers and bad 80s music in the background.
Yeah, that's right.
Next question.
Yes, here's a quick one. Joe from California would like to know when he will receive his badge so he can protect and defend we the people and small businesses.
The postal badge?
The LifeForce badge?
Oh, okay. Are you developing one just for LifeForce? Okay.
I am, but obviously it's something I need to clear with you first. So I figured what I was going to do before he just outed me is we would have had them made already, and then I would have thrown it at you to say, what do you think if we put these out? So I'll talk to you about that later privately. Because if you actually look at the Constitution, there's only one type of law enforcement that is listed. It's the organized militia. Now, I know we're not supposed to say militia, but that's bullshit, to be quite honest. Why should I get in trouble because they've done something wrong, because they're trying to make something that is my constitutional fundamental right to defend my family and my home, right, to my neighbors? Why shouldn't I be allowed to do that? And the term that was used is militia. What they've done is do programs like Vigilant Eagle. They've used that as a way to identify people as terrorist groups. Well, the reality is if you are using organizations like Child Protective Services and 1,000 other ways that these corporate entities that have had a lot of money have trafficked our children and, basically taken away our fundamental rights. They're currently imposing a fake pandemic on us, forcing us to stay home, forcing us to wear masks, forcing us, next they want to do is they want to force us to, take a vaccine. they are the terrorist organization. And, by the way, I work on these things a lot, and Kim does. And one of the things we talk about all the time is while people are sitting around thinking about what they're going to do next, we're already working on the next 3 stages. I would love it for anybody out there. This is for the doers. We need everybody to step up and find a way to contribute in any way they can. Because when you have 167 people here, there's about 400 in our base network. I have about 5,000 in my expanded network of people I've talked to directly. We have about 15,000 on YouTube, another 20,000 on Instagram. We have networks that reach out and touch now, and that's just my direct networks. Not to mention, I know I got Jarvis Smith on here, who's got a network of 10 million people that he connects and touches to. The problem is that everyone up to this point, we've been some hidden dirty secret with the, something else, and we need to get out of that status. We're not, the world's secret mistress, right? We will not settle for that. Like, we are offering solutions, and we're inviting everyone else to be part of it to offer solutions too. And what we can do collectively, no one else can do. And I can say that beyond a shadow of doubt, because if they could have, they would have. Because they've had all this money, all these resources, all these connections, all this time, and what have they done with it? The entire global banking system is completely is insolvent. You can't even find, a real solution from anyone. We could solve, if global warming was real, on this call, probably we have it here, we could solve global warming in an afternoon. We could, 60% of your global waste in the air comes from these toxins that gets emitted through boats out at sea. Well, Brad Sorensen has designed a boat that runs on seawater, and it emits no waste. We can rebuild every single cargo ship in the world. There's only about 6,000 of them. We could do that in a year. We take away global warming, gone. If I really believe there was a problem, which I don't. But